What can a children's story from the 1800s tell us about the future of cybersecurity? Well, quite a lot, as it turns out. There once was a CEO, a veritable emperor of commerce. Powerful, respected, the kind of leader who received standing ovations at industry conferences, and whose LinkedIn posts got likes and shares in the hundreds of thousands. He ran a vast digital kingdom, offices in 6 countries, data flowing through 100 systems, and of course, towering vaults of revenue. He would proudly tell you, the greatest cybersecurity stack money could buy. 43 security tools at last count, possibly 44. Nobody was entirely sure because one of them had been auto-renewing for years and everyone assumed someone else was using it. Anyway, the point is, it was a lot and it was impressive. And on paper, this kingdom was locked down tight. On paper. One day, with great fanfare, yet another pair of keen sales professionals arrived, which was often the case with merchants attempting to engage new prospects. They announced, the most extraordinary cybersecurity garments ever woven. Complete protective outfit, layer upon layer of cutting-edge defense. Threat intelligence stitched into the lining, zero trust architecture in every seam, hemmed with the latest AI-powered anomaly detection. It was, they professed confidently, totally impenetrable. The CEO's leadership team, smart, experienced, technically literate professionals, asked all the right questions. What are the integration capabilities? False positive rates? Mean time to detect? Compliance coverage? You name it. The sales professionals had a beautifully prepared answer to parry every single one. What nobody asked, what the entire industry frankly had stopped asking, was what happens before the threat triggers your detection? And sometimes, the most obvious question turns out to be the most critical. The contracts were signed. Wonderful, we'll take the enterprise package, the CEO declared. The integrations were integrated, and the CEO donned his magnificent new cybersecurity outfit, truly believing his drip was on point. From the front, it was genuinely magnificent. 43 layers of protection, alert systems, monitoring platforms, incident response playbooks, a SIEM that generated reports so comprehensive they took 3 days to read. It had everything, except, as it turned out, cover where it mattered most. The gaps weren't a secret, exactly. The security industry just didn't draw attention to them. Every one of those 43 tools was built to answer one question. What just happened? Brilliant at detection, excellent at alerting, superb at telling you in forensic detail exactly how comprehensively you'd just been breached. What they couldn't do, what none of them were designed to do, was stop the attacker before they ever slipped inside. However, confident in his world-class protection, the CEO paraded his latest security stack before the kingdom. What began as cheers soon erupted into rapturous laughter as the CEO marched by, completely oblivious to his exposure. His leadership team, walking beside him, had noticed. They had, in fact, noticed some time ago. But the reports all looked good. KPIs were green. Compliance audit had passed. Nobody wanted to be the first to risk placing their neck on the chopping block by pointing out the CEO's vulnerable security posture. Now, the most important thing about security gaps is that these are precisely what the threat actors are looking for. While the parade went on, an attacker had already spotted the gap and was eagerly preparing to make his move. And he was not planning a frontal attack. Why would he? There were 43 security tools watching the front, leaving the back so invitingly open. Just before the attacker could pounce, a charismatic and highly competent cybersecurity evangelist stepped out from the crowd. Your Majesty, you should know there's a glaring gap in your security stack. Silence. The CEO froze. The leadership team paled. The parade fell silent. Several gaps, actually. First, there's the dwell time gap. Threats are inside your network for months before your tools even notice. There's the pre-breach blind spot. You're only alerted after entry, not before. And then there's this one here, pointed at the largest, most prominent gap. Simply put, this is a legacy architecture problem. Your entire stack was built to detect and respond. None of it was built to block an attack. But, he said, I can fix that. Rory got straight to work repairing the holes in the CTO security stack using his proprietary CyberShadows pre-emptive threat detection and prevention software. From this day forth, all would-be attackers were well and truly blocked, well before a breach could ever occur. The CTO, cybersecurity stack now fully secured, was so happy that he referred Rory and his miraculous CyberShadows product to everyone in his network. For now, he knew he wasn't the only one being caught off guard. In this story, neither the CTO nor his team are the problem. They made smart decisions with the tools the industry gave them. The problem is, we all accepted the limitations of traditional security tooling. That's not a technology failure, it's a philosophy failure. The ability to preempt and prevent is no longer a fairy tale. We know, we created it. With CyberShadows, you can now seal the gap that nobody else was covering. That means no more holes for attackers to penetrate. I would usually say the end, but this is just the beginning of a new era of cyber defense. Thanks for listening, and please get in touch so I can fix the holes in your security stack today.